Hi everyone, Antoinette here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about 4 leadership qualities that seem to come naturally to introverts. Most of us are surrounded by extroverts, and when we look at an extrovert's natural strengths, they seem to have what it takes to be in a leadership role. They can command an audience, they can think on their feet, they can make conversation with just about anyone. And so I used to wonder, can an introvert really lead well? Because an introvert is so quiet and reserved. And I get that question asked a lot, but yes, there are at least 4 things that come naturally to most introverts that do make them great leaders. Now, every introvert, every extrovert is different, so I'm not putting everybody into a box, but what I do want to point out are 4 commonalities that introverts have that make them good leaders. Number 1, introverts are good listeners. When I was a young professional and I started leading projects and teams, I thought I was the one that had to do all the talking. After all, I had observed so many leaders in my life that were very talkative. And so I thought as a leader, that's who I needed to be. But then the further I observed other people, the leaders in my life that I resonated with the most, they were the ones who were slower to speak. They were the ones that spent time asking questions and listening. And I discovered through my leadership journey that I didn't need to be the one doing all the talking, that I needed to be the one who was listening, the one who was asking questions. And when I do that, I ensure that people feel heard, people feel understood. So that is a leadership quality that so many introverts have that they just take for granted. Number 2, introverts are good at written communication. Are you puzzled when you read the emails or even the social media posts of the introverts in your life and you're thinking, they are so conversational in writing, but yet when I talk to them, they really don't have much to say at all? That's because as introverts, we're thinking lots of thoughts, but we want to make sure that we get it out right. And when we do it in writing, we're able to take our time, we're able to choose our words carefully. As Mark Twain says, writing is easy because all you have to do is scratch out the wrong words, or in these days, delete the wrong words. And how often can you do that when you're speaking? In writing, it's so much easier for an introvert to convey their thoughts. Number 3, introverts prefer one-on-one or small group settings. How often in a work environment or any kind of organization are there these big meetings and the leader of the meeting is asking questions or asking for ideas and only a select number of people speak up? That's because most people are more comfortable in a smaller setting sharing their ideas and asking questions. Even extroverts, because sometimes extroverts don't feel comfortable with public speaking. Not all of them do. Or sometimes they may fear that their idea may sound silly or something like that. So they're not even introverts, but they would prefer to share ideas in a smaller or one-on-one group setting. So therefore, the introvert is really good at calling these smaller meetings or these one-on-one meetings and able to draw people out. Number 4, introverts think things through. They are not going to make a rash decision. They're probably rolling around ideas in their head and thinking about what could go wrong and what backup plan do they need in case something does go wrong. So they may not act as quickly as someone who is more extroverted and thinks on their feet, but they take time to think things through and they think about contingency plans. Can extroverts be strong in these 4 areas? Sure they can, but it takes intentionality. Just as introverts have to be intentional on the areas where extroverts are naturally strong, Extroverts have to be intentional in those areas where introverts are naturally strong. If you have liked this video, I hope you will press like and I hope you will subscribe to my channel.